Quarter turn facing back. Quarter turn to the right. And base run. Let's get ready so we can verify your numbers. All the way to the back. Quarter turn to the right. And big front. Thank you, Chris.
What do you have to do?
Go 107!
Quarter turn to the right.
Good.
Quarter turn facing back.
Woo!
Quarter turn to the right. And
Thought you
base
meant you
run.
were already selected.
Yeah!
Okay, Chris. Okay, Chris. If I can have competitor number 8182.
Go 107!
Can I have competitor 107 and 181 switch?
Yeah!
108 and 82 switch. 106 and 94 switch. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn facing back. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right.
And go 107! Go 107! Go 107!
Second place, number 108, Mackenzie Ray. And winning the class, number 107, Jessica Vaughan. Great job, ladies. Get together for a group picture. All right, great job. Congratulations, ladies. A great Class B. Moving on to Class C, this is above 5'6". Please welcome to the stage number 109. So, all right, where do you guys going? Let's take the 5th place award to number 82, Jennifer Gibbs. 4th place, number 94, Nicole Sanchez. 3rd place, number 106, Tessa Green. 2nd place, number 108, Mackenzie Ray. And number 107, Jessica Vaughan. Great job, ladies. Please get together for a group photo.
Hey, ladies. Quarter turn to your right. Quarter turn facing back. Quarter turn to your right. Face front. Competitor 105, can you switch with competitor 107? Quarter turn to your right. Quarter turn to your right. Quarter turn to your right. Face front. The audience, we want to know. Let's hear it.
Great Mexican pose on music, here we go. Only be one overall winner. Would you please take that award too? Number 107, let's come on. Great job, Jessica. Hold that pose for the camera. We are now moving on to the women's. I'll now pass the mic over to head judge Bernadette, the overall figure open.
Hey, ladies. Quarter turn to your right. Quarter turn facing back. Quarter turn to your right. Face front. 107 and 115 switch. Quarter turn to your right. Quarter turn facing back. Quarter turn to your right. Face front. '87 and 152 switch. Quarter turn to your right. Quarter turn facing back. Quarter turn to your right. And face front. And you guys come on.
All right, one more time, audience, who do you want? All right, in addition to the All Max Nutrition gym bag and custom trophy, Sweater will receive a bracelet from Elizabeth Dwelly Jewelry. Let's take that open figure overall award to number 115, Misty Lopez. Misty Lopez. Great job, Misty. Got more awards that you can carry.
Prejudging one this morning, just kind of describe how was it?
Overall, it was wonderful. I haven't competed in Texas yet. This is my first show, so just amazing experience. A lot of really good athletes and competitors backstage in my classes. Ended up doing pretty good, I think, so I'm very, very excited to come back for finals tonight and see how I place. A lot of good sportsmanship, like I said, just everybody backstage is just hanging out, and you never know what to expect sometimes, but the girls have been wonderful that I'm competing with, and just the show ran very smooth, so it was a lot of fun.
And you took a lot of time off, right?
I did, yeah. So I crossed over from bikini. So I went to Bikini Nationals 2017 and did a figure show pretty shortly after that, just so I could get some figure feedback, because I knew that's where I wanted to head. So I haven't competed since October 2017. So took a long time off, started prep February or March of this year, really grew into the division, took my time to just really develop, enjoy life. We went to Italy, got to go meet grandma. So that's where my boyfriend's from. So went and had family time there, didn't think about competing or worrying about any of that. When I came back, it was kind of game time, which I think made me ready for prep. It makes you appreciate the balance, the hard work, the dedication, but the routine, the restriction, it made today just even more worth it.
You mentioned your family. Who's all here today supporting you?
My mom and my dad, my little brother and soon-to-be sister-in-law, and then my boyfriend's mom, so might as well be family, and his two brother, sister. Yeah.
What was it like going from bikini posing to figure posing?
It was difficult at first. I wanted to be still a little bit more showy and flowy and kind of have that attitude. And then in my mind, I kind of had it that figure was just the complete opposite and just very stiff and very rigid. And so I kind of had to find a good mixture of in between, if that makes sense. So I think in the end it helped because I did have that bikini experience. It helped me loosen up with the figure posing once I got it out of my head that figure is not just supposed to be this military, it just turns and very rigid. It was just like loosen up, relax. We still want it to be flowy. We still want it to be, feminine and pretty and comfortable. So in the end, it kind of helped me. But at first, yeah, I felt like I was going from one extreme to the other, just with the attitude and the personality. But this is definitely more my personality.
I think you're one of those competitors where the posing, it just looks so natural. How do you have good stage presence on stage? What do you think that takes?
A lot of practice, a lot of time just being comfortable with your body, comfortable with the poses, knowing that you have weak areas and dominant areas, and just knowing that you've got to find, whether it's having a second set of eyes or recording yourself and watching just the little tweaks of, okay, well, does my toe turn in or toe turned out? Which way looks best on me? And not being afraid to hide those weaknesses and show off the strong areas, knowing we all have them. And then just practice that routine day in, day out. So I practice really the last couple of weeks daily, not immensely, not for an hour or anything like that till I'm exhausted, but just to where I kind of don't have to think about my posing. I actually messed up my routine this morning. I took a step completely wrong, but because I was comfortable with my routine in my body, I just kind of played it off. In my mind, I was like, crap, that's not where my leg's supposed to be right now. But if you go back and watch the video, I don't think that you can really tell. And I even sent it to, I had worked with someone with posing, and I sent it to her, and she's like, I knew what you were supposed to be doing, but I wouldn't have been able to tell. So just sometimes being able to roll with it. If you're practicing and your heels get caught on something, try to keep moving. Try not to be like, I got to start all over again. Just being able to roll with the punches. If your suit moves or you step the wrong way or whatever. And I think that just really shows the judges that you're comfortable, you're confident in yourself, and you're having fun, most importantly.
Last question, why this show for the return? You like the atmosphere? Or?
I do. So I actually work out at Destination Dallas, so I know Steve. I'm not going to say super well and pretend, but I know who he is, and he's very, very friendly. And just we had talked a little bit in my off season. He could tell that I was kind of starting to lean down and asked if I was going to compete this year, and I really hadn't picked a show. And he didn't know the date at that point, but he's like, I think it's going to be mid to late May. And I was like, actually, the timing of that would be perfect because I didn't want to prep through Christmas. Since I don't live near my family, I didn't want to be prepping for like the Phil Heath, for instance, which is, earlier in the year, and have to prep through Christmas when I'm only home for a couple days anyway. So I was like, yeah, forget that. I want to go home and enjoy family time. Then January 1, I'll get serious. So we were just kind of talking one day in between sets, and he's like, yeah, just do my show. And so then I got to thinking about it. And then the more people I talked to just told me how amazing of a show it was. Just the overall atmosphere, how well Steve and Amanda take care of the athletes here, just the backstage atmosphere is nice. We're not stuck in some tiny little room. Everybody's cramped. There's plenty of room for the athletes. There's equipment for us to pump up. And that's a lot of things that, I'm looking for. Spectators don't think about, what's important to have backstage. And since they're professional athletes themselves, they know and they care about us. And so I heard from everyone how amazing the show was going to be. I didn't know how big it was going to be. So about halfway through prep, I'm doing that show too. I am too. And I'm like, oh no, I'm in trouble. Like, this is my first Texas show. No idea what to expect. And I'm going to get out there with girls that bring top-notch competition. And I did. Those classes were stacked today. And so I feel like doing as well as I did, just makes it even more worth it to be at a big show like this.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I know it's so valuable, and good luck tonight in finals.
Thank you so much.